Hello and welcome to the Bharat Mobility Global Expo, the component show. Today we are joined by a special guest, Ms. Shradha Suri, who is President, Auto Component Manufacturing Association, ACMA, to talk to us about the 2025 edition of the component show and the theme, the future of automotive value chain. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, I would like to understand you about the theme, future of automotive supply chain, breaking beyond boundaries.
As you know, our sector is going through a huge transformation right now. We're moving away just from manufacturing into mobility, and when you say mobility, it's all kinds of mobility, and there's mobility in technology, mobility in skills, mobility in digitization, and we're in the midst of all that. So, as an auto component manufacturing association, and also as part of this sector, what we're trying to say is we are going to embrace this and we are going to actually succeed in it.
Right. So largely the trends like electrification, digitization, and the autonomous safety is kind of catching up, and I think that was the theme. Was all about. Would like to understand from you about how ACMA is preparing the tier ones and the tier twos to build that resilient supply chain which can match the global standards.
So, as ACMA, there's a lot of work going on to make the entire supply chain future ready. We're doing a lot of work on skilling, we're doing a lot of work on manufacturing excellence, we're doing a huge amount of work on digitization. So, and there is a lot of, we're taking a lot of missions both within India and outside so that people can gain awareness of global trends. There's a lot of work going on, and slowly and steadily, we believe that the entire supply chain will align and get ready.
Right. Further to the focus on the component show, how is the mix of the participants? I think there are 5 country pavilions. There are different countries that are participating today.
Yes.
How is the overall response for the show?
I think it's a super show. It's possibly the largest component show India has ever seen. We have 70,000 square meters of covered space. We have more than 1,000 exhibitors. We have 5 international pavilions. So there's a lot of excitement, and you can see outside, the kind of crowd that's happening, even though it's a B2B show.
Right.
So everyone's actually showcasing all their future tech openly, and not just in terms of products, but also in terms of design and processes.
Right. Further, would like to understand from you. At present, government has announced a lot of initiatives and policies to bolster the EV ecosystem and other part of the automotive. What would be your policy recommendation? One policy recommendation, if you have to give to the government.
So we are quite happy with the way the government is going and how they are actually pushing the agenda of Make in India, localization of design in India. We really don't, have any recommendations of sorts, other than some tweaking of the GST to make it more equanimous across the value chain. We're happy.
Apart from that,
Yeah.
So when we talk about China has led everything in terms of when it comes to the automotive supply chain in terms of components. We are still catching up the game. Is there a few difference from? Or we are.
I don't know. I don't know why we should be concerned about what other countries are doing. We need to focus on what we are doing, and we want to make India a hub for India and the globe, and that's the aim, and that's what we're going to move towards.
Right. And if we target to become the global manufacturing hub for automotive, yesterday Maruti Suzuki also announced that EV will be their global manufacturing hub. Where do India stand currently when it comes to the components? How do you see that? Can we match up to the global value chain?
So, in terms of numbers, India has exported about $21.2 billion last in FY24 in terms of auto components, of which the US has been the largest market at $6 billion. Having said that, the US imports, I think, about $300 billion. So we have a very small, component of it. But that doesn't say that there's no opportunity. It also shows to us what's the opportunity that's available, and as the value chain evolves and scale increases, the numbers will show.
Right. You also recently announced an initiative on ACMA Mobility Foundation.
Correct.
What are the things that initiatives you are undertaking there?
So ACMA Mobility Foundation is, it's just a new entity that has been created so that more members and non-members can be part of this ecosystem. And the reason for that is that we want to actually bring in more of the tech guys,
Right.
the startups, the electronic guys, and people who are not just pure play auto component people. So for that, and yeah, we're widening our horizons and perspective and breaking boundaries.
Right. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
that.
thank you. Thanks. Thank you.